Hi guys, welcome back to Robertson's Belly Acres. Mama and I come out here to the new homestead that we're trying to buy. And we're gonna do some inspections. We'll crawl underneath the house here and see, make sure we don't have any termite damage that we can see or any other issues. So let's get down here and get after it. Okay. Nice part is it's high enough off the ground I can actually crawl. And just looking around here, every single floor joist has a post. That's a good sign. That shows us why the floors are so solid. There's a new 1x8 looks like running across there, tying everything together. They replaced the floor joist back there, it looks like, so let's go back and take a look. Okay, and you can see right here, right in this area here, all the way across, they have put a support truss in there, which is good to see. They've got it sitting on blocks. It's not on that block there. That's on, those are over there for the floor joist, but they do have some blocking here that a little bit of cribbing needs to be replaced and redone, but it's going to work for what they were doing, obviously. And it's already got PEX water pipes, which is a good thing because we do have some cold weather here in Oklahoma. Well, let's crawl over here. I see I'm not sure what that yellow pipe is down there, so over there. So let's go check that out. Okay, so this is right here is that yellow flex pipe I was talking about. I'm not really sure what that's for, unless it's the old sink drain that they had plumbed in. But that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But like I said, we do have PEX pipe. The old water lines had insulation on them that's fallen off. But eventually that's something we can come in here and get rid of all that extra pipe that doesn't need to be in here. But it's got PEX pipe run. This one here runs up for the dishwasher. And then we got water lines right there, hot and cold, for the kitchen sink. Now let's continue to look. The wood all looks really good, you guys. I'm not seeing any signs of termites or any types of bugs under here. I mean, there are some spider webs and stuff, but nothing like I was expecting. But this is a really good sign, you guys. The old house, it's got good bones. And this is the fireplace right here. We're going to crawl around the base of this fireplace and take a look, and then we'll go around that other end and make sure we don't see any major damage to the structure as far as the floor beams or anything like that. Okay, guys, so there is just a little bit of white mold right here, which I fully expected a little bit there. This is the fireplace base of the fireplace. On the inside, there's a little bit of water damage, and there's a little bit more water damage right there, which that little bit I'm really not worried about. It's not rotted. I mean, you can see across there that where the roof had leaked at one point, but we have had rain since we've been looking at this house, and there's no sign of any roof leaks, so everything under here looks really good. Let's get out from under here and start the next inspection. Okay guys, so Rachel and I are back out here today. We weren't able to do any recording in the house the other day while we were here because they do still have a lot of personal belongings in there. So we did come back out today. We're gonna walk around and show you some of the ideas we have of what we want to do with this property. I'm standing in the main lean-to right here by the house. It's approximately 40 feet long, and I'm guessing 20 feet deep. I don't know. There's a guesstimate. But what we're talking about is from this pole, this is the center post, and putting a wall here and a wall here and closing this in. It's already got a rock floor in it, but we're talking about going ahead and we'll get a bunch of pallets to begin with, and we'll put a whole flooring of pallets and get some plywood and lay on top of that. That way we have a raised floor, one, so that there's no water getting into our stuff. Two, it gets us up off the ground, and we can use it for storage. We can have a workspace. We can put our tools and stuff in here and not have to worry about them getting wet. I'm looking, it's been raining here like crazy the last 2 days, and nothing's wet. So that's a good sign.
We are way back in the back pasture. So here's our, well, will be our fence line. So we're back at the very back of the property. But again, this is a long 20 acres this way. But Rusty was talking about clearing a lot of this.
There's a lot of these little trees. I want to get most of this small stuff all cut out of here, open this pasture back up, because this would be some good hay ground.
Yeah, and I think we're talking about getting some goats. That will help us out a lot. And we loved the goats when we had the goats. So, yeah, that'll help a lot in the clearing.
Yes, and we wanted to come out here.
Look, you guys. Nopales. So
us white folks,
cactus.
that's called cactus.
Well, I'm just thinking of the Belly Acres kitchen video. My mom said she will show me how to cook those, and we eat those with eggs and things like that. So.
Yeah, this fence, we knew this fence and one end is all new fencing that was put in by the neighbor. The neighbor out here is a rock quarry, and he put that all up in there. So we're gonna have to check out the other end and the front. We know we've seen parts of the front fence that we're gonna have to work on. Thought we'd just walk out here, see that you get farther to the north end. This is opening up quite a bit. I mean, there is a lot of scrub trees out here.
Well, and when we started walking out here, we did scare up some deer again.
Yes.
And one of the guys that works at the rock quarry said the deer hang out in the corral.
Yeah, they hang out in the corral. He said it's nothing to see the deer bedding down right by the road up here in front of the hay barn. He said the trucks don't bother them. They don't even get up and move. They just watch the trucks go by. They don't like people, of course.
Which I'm a little concerned about the garden.
Yeah.
Talking about the deer just being so docile. I don't know.
Finding out that we have a lot of armadillo out here.
And possum. We found a dead possum.
Mama found a dead possum out here the other day in the pig barn.
Yes. So we went to see Mama today. You guys, if you're the praying type, say a little prayer for my mama. She got put in the hospital yesterday. And she's still in the hospital with her blood pressure, but they think it's just going to be a med adjustment. She was in good spirits. She's doing really great, but they are keeping her another day for observation. So she'll be in there, hopefully get out tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is our northwest corner of our 20. And we definitely going to have to do some work on this north fence. You can see here that it's in pretty ragged shape. The posts look like they're all good. This was a gate at some time. But yeah, we're going to have to do some work. They've had goat fencing up here. But you can see all the way up to the top of the hill there. And beyond the top of that hill is still our property.
Well, you can see the hay barn there.
You can kind of see the hay barn there. Right there. Looks like an old house from this angle. This is one of the pens. You can see the red building there. That's the back of the lean-to. The house is right there to the right of it. I mean, there's a lot of trees growing up in here, but it won't take much to clear that out. Start utilizing this pen again.
Look at this cool tree right here.
It's got all these cattle panels around it. So it'll hold cattle, sheep, pigs, goats, whatever. And then we got this cool old gnarly tree.
I love that tree. It's like awesome. I mean, it's gonna have to be trimmed up and all, but it's out in the pasture.
I say it doesn't have to be trimmed up too much. We'll take these real low ones down, but you know, it's amazing. You can get it past the tree limbs. That's why we need to do so much massive tree trimming. Because we've got the gate there, which they didn't finish that fence off. But then we came in this gate, bring the critters in, and then we can go through this gate here, goes right up to the milk barn. And one thing that we saw out here that I think is pretty ingenious is this feed bunk. That is just a PVC culvert tube. They've cut it in half, put it in there for a feed bunk, and I think that's pretty dang smart.
Well, and then that's an old foundation.
So there's a foundation there that they've used for a pig pen.
Which is awesome because it's got the concrete floor. Easier for cleanup for pigs. And there's already the little pig house. And
Come through this gate. Comes into this little catch pen right here. And the reason that we know it's a catch pen is because you come right along the back of the barn there. And you've got the working chute right here. It's got the head gate. Yeah, there's another little catch pen right there that we can't close the gate on that Rachel's beside.
then there's another gate over there and another gate over there.
Yeah. But the infrastructure that's here, you guys, is just, it's phenomenal.
The scary part is, when we had the bad winds the other day, we didn't have anything fall on the house.
Nothing fell on the house but that big widowmaker right there. It's hanging up in another one of the trees. This whole big tree right here is dead. And then that big tree back there is another one that's got a lot of dead stuff in it, and it's got a big widowmaker hanging in it too. And then this is that pen on the other side of the feed bunk, the pig pen. See, they had a little shelter there and an old hog feeder right there, but this panel that's opened up, they were using it as a gate. It needs some reinforcement and trees cut out of it. And then this is another one of them big cool trees. That thing is just massive.
Is this concrete in here?
I don't know if it's concrete or if it's just filled in dirt.
I'm gonna fall in that.
Oh, you won't fall in.
What if it's a cellar?
They wouldn't be cellar out here. I think it looks like it's an old barn.
There's a whole bunch of sheets of tin right there.
Look at all this pipe.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. All this pipe that's laying around out here. There's more pipe out in the pasture.
Look at this.
Several sheets of corrugated tin. Yes.
Look, it's a whole...
Yep, and there's more out here on the outside too. Laying out here.
There's another
Are you liking that?
That's awesome. I just love finding stuff.
That's an old scale.
Look at that! Wait, look at this. One at a time, please.
Whatever.
How cool is this?
It's an old Pitney Bowes.
That is so neat. You can barely make out the stuff. You can't see anything in there. That is cool.
An old homemade live trap or cage right there beside you. The old barbecue grill laying out here. That's what I say. There's some junk and there's a bunch of good stuff. It just,
And we don't know what everybody's taking.
yeah, we don't know what all they're going to take before we close on the house. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff on this property, you guys. And we thought we'd bring you along and show you some of it today.
We're chomping at the bit. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yes, we have there's dog kennels here already.
Like, look, that's like grown in. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But almost all the fences are like this, you guys. That tree has just grown through the fence.
Yeah, we'd have to replace lots of them.
I mean, this one we'll probably just cut this tree off here. But they've got this dog pen here. Another one next to it that's about the same size, and then there's a big one on the end.
Yes.
But they've started, at some point, they've started to put a roof over all this.
Well, and then that tree.
Yeah, and that tree grew into it and pushing it down. And here's the bigger pen in that dog kennel. But there's more tin right here. A lot more tin.
Well, we're gonna need a lot for this.
Let's see how this, like I said, they've started building a pipe frame for the roof, but this tree has grown up and it's actually laying on it. And you can see there where the tree's growing around the pipe. That's so common out here on this property. What do you got there?
Oh, another foundation. So these foundations are just fascinating to me because I just want to know. I mean, you could see the little bolts and stuff. I'm sure it was an old shed, but what was it used for? Well, and then I just kind of started looking down, and this was kind of, the concrete was just kind of down, and I was like, well, is this a catch system or something? But no, it was an old foundation or something. But it'd be cool to clean this out and then just plant, either do like a garlic patch out here. I know that all the wildlife would. I don't know that wildlife will eat garlic.
I don't know.
Garlic or onions.
I don't know,
like
but we could.
Egyptian walking onions.
It'd be real easy though to put a fence around this.
Well, and we've got that big foundation up in the yard that I'm planning on doing the herb garden in, and I learned that from Cindy at Pathways Homestead. She, out on their Kansas property, there's this big foundation, and Cindy's herb garden is inside a foundation, and it's just the coolest thing because a lot of your herbs are wandering plants. They do spread, and so they do need to be contained. And so if you do them in these foundations, it kind of keeps everything contained, and you don't, I mean, not completely, but it does keep them a little more contained than just letting them grow wild on the ground.
Right. And this lean-to is empty, and that's where we're talking about making our pig pens. We'll be able to section that off and build runs out towards this over here.